morning, Cavell. How are you? And I hope you're doing well. We'll see if anyone else comes to join us here for a moment. If not, I'll give you your message. Because today is about messages with Mother. I just want to have it on this video for a moment. I do a lot of things here. Tuesdays, messages with Mother. I channel the masters. And on Mondays, we usually do some type of healing. And good morning, Barbara Ward. How are you today? So, I don't really talk about the elections. I believe that whatever's the highest and best good for everyone will occur. And you need to find that peace inside of you, what you want. And you don't need me telling you. I'm just concerned about the erratic energy in America. And we worked on that yesterday. I hope you feel better than yesterday and finding more peace in your heart, knowing that as you're peaceful, the world is going to become peaceful. So I thought it was very interesting all of a sudden, all these other countries, the UK and France and somewhere else, I'm not remembering right now at this moment, all went to democracy. So good morning, Lauren. That's a very good thing. At least, like I said, I don't like to give you my opinion, but I've enjoyed living in democracy all my years, and I wouldn't know how to live a different way. So here we have Cavell, Barbara, and Lauren. So we'll get started, and maybe more will be coming. I know Douglas told me he was late getting the notice out, but here I am, just as usual. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 11. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So let's call Mother in. We can set our energy. We can call into our I Am Presence and ask for all the energy with our whole community being protective light. And we'll reach out to Lord Gautama Buddha in his protective blue flame and ask for 5 inches in the outer realm of that protection is even more protection from him, as always. And we'll say our mantra, I am the soul. I am just a minute, my thought went somewhere else. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. The first thing we'll do is bring Mother and Father's essence from the great central sun down into our hearts. Good morning, Anik. And then we'll ask for all the angels that are not busy and are free to come and to be with us, and all the ascended masters. And even today, the universal beings that are walking their path of light that we might not even be able to reach or understand until we reach that level of consciousness. But we welcome them for coming and bringing us that inspiration of raising consciousness. All right. Very good. And if you have any questions, you can certainly ask me. It's a time of questions, isn't it? So I appreciate you all coming and being here with me. And tomorrow I'll probably do some channeling. So we'll see how that all goes, all right? So, Kaval. So let's see what Mother comes in here for you. So she reaches out her gloved hand to you, and immediately I see a crowd walking both ways and directions, kind of maybe busy with intentions in their mind. And I can see you standing there as you're going to reach for her hand, and she's saying confusion. So I'm going to let her speak. Cavell, you are such a sweet soul. And in these moments, when you find yourself in the midst of confusion, I would suggest you find your way, whether it is on a bench where you can close your eyes and re-ground yourself, open your chakras, and redefine the truth of who you are. Most all of you here in this group are those who walk upon the path of light. And the kinetic energy of all the other people in the world that have not yet discovered can certainly affect and pull you away, especially if you went out into the world without having your protection and your chakras open. So I'm going to see you with this action, Cavell, and then we'll see what other message there is beyond this. Because before there was just too much. Very interesting today. I see a roasted turkey. So I don't know if you're going to be having a celebration or maybe a gathering of family. But in truth, instead of chaotic people, I believe there's a desire to have harmony in your life, whether it's family or friends. And perhaps she's showing you the roasted turkey as an avenue to participate in that. I'm going to ask to be shown more. I see this is something that will be held on a porch or outside. And if you can feel the heart in this visual, you can feel the upliftment in doing this with like-minded people, family who are happy and not dwelling on the sadness and the anger and the ache. Breathe. I'm actually seeing this move into a great happiness within you. Perhaps this is a group of people that you are close to, working with, and having a gathering to speak to them about your path and helping them on their path. When I say those words, there is angels that come up above it. So, you don't have to be the farthest you can be to begin. You have to have a beginning of understanding. And as you help others grow, you will still grow. Excuse me. So I'm now understanding the entire message here is it isn't the kinetic people who are knee deep in it that are searching you and are the ones who will want to hear that which your heart speaks. But she feels it's time for you to, whether it's begin to prepare and contemplate, or begin wherever it is you believe you are. We can only suggest and tell you that which we see. Are you where you're going to be in the fullest light? No. It's a process of many years of growth. But it isn't that you must wait till then to be one that shares your truth. It is about owning that you and mother, father are in union, and that you believe and have faith and have done work and are clearing who you are. These are the main processes of the path that are important. And Mother wants to honor you, to say to you that you have been chosen to be one that shares in this with the world, this understanding of the light. Any blessing. All right. Let me see here. Who's the next that's not? Okay, Barbara Ward. Good morning to you. And that's why I think this is good on community. Anything you hear can also be taken into the heart of anyone. So, Barbara, as you reach your hand out here to Mother, she wants to say to me, ditto. So there is a quality of light also within you that is time for it to be shared. Certainly it isn't for us to stop seeing you here, but there is a glow that you know you must be told that other people sense and feel something, that you bring them peace and harmony. So food for thought for both of you as you take steps and are walking in that light. Again, it takes many years to become that who you will be for eternal. But it doesn't mean you have to get and graduate the university before you begin to do your work. And you will be, if you sit and connect to Mother and Father, you would know that which I'm speaking is true. And the two of you both have very unique gifts. And that is what the beauty is. It's not everyone's a carbon copy of another. And you may want to sit one day, Barbara, and write down the gifts you believe you are to be able to be in that vessel for God. And what is it that you have learned that you believe with no doubt that you can pass on to another? For it's truly existent. And let's see if you can touch that and move with that and begin to let it have a form and how it may or may not look. I can remember the first evening I ever had, I had a little house that had a pyramid up in the top, and I had it up there, and there was maybe 5 of us. And I shared about spirit animals with everyone. I had a number of them, and everyone picked one. And then we talked about what that spirit animal was most likely doing for them in their life. And then every time they came every week, it was something different. So many possibilities. It's just to begin. You have your higher self to guide you, and I would attempt to deepen that process so that you can have an open conversation, and she or he will be able to guide you. So many blessings to both of you today. All right. And Lauren. Let me see what your message here is today. And as you take her hand, she again is saying to hurry. And it's printing it out to me in bold letters. Hurry, hurry. So, hurry to what? Shut this off. So now I see that you're going to sit with her in a wooded area, kind of in a circle arena. And she wants you to acknowledge the difference of that hurriedness and peace. I believe right now this is your task within you to discover which chakra is it in that you are always hurrying and having to perform, whether it's for yourself or for another, and instead choose for you to sit and know peace. And that when you make movement, when you do, you take that peace with you. All challenges that are done throughout the day can be done in peace. And this is a task for you to unravel and to understand and put into fruition. So I will check in with you from here to there in another time to see if you're accomplishing, hopefully clearing your field, bringing in protection, and now walking into the world, yet holding the state of peace within your own heart, much like we worked with yesterday. If you weren't there, you can go back and listen to it. The hecticness of the world we worked on because the world lies within everyone's heart. So when you are hurried and busy, it's when you've let the world interfere and come into your life. And instead, it's to have your peace of heart come and touch the world. So, many blessings to you, Lauren. Gratitude for your coming. And yes, very nice. Many blessings. All right, Annie. I was thinking about you this morning. I know we talked in a little bit, but I hope you're doing well. Yes. Well, and so you and I, Annick, have talked. Let's bring in Mother. And when you touch Mother's hands, you're going to feel electricity. Because the message from her to you is going to come encoded within the frequency of her to you. And perhaps you'll even feel it go all the way into the heart. Not so different than Pavel and Barbara. You are a chosen one, and it is time to become secure within yourself and what you believe and what you've learned. Yes. Let's see that rooted part of you come down into the depth of the earth. And that is where, as it aligns to your heart, there is a stability. And perhaps that's a word for everyone today, is to discover a way to be stable within the light you are finding that you hold. And how that is done is in surrender. So perhaps surrender is the task yet for everyone here today. Surrender into the depth of the earth. Surrender into the peace within your heart. And what thoughts come to you from there? What is the will to do from there as we bring in first ray, blue ray, as it's moving? The will to do. All, I am sure, are willing to become the vessel for God. But first you must have that intuition that's coming and speaking and bringing. So let's begin to activate that today to show you more Show me, show me. I must have said those words a million times in the last 40 years. Father, show me. Mother, show me. Or my higher self, a lot, as he laughs at me. Well, show me. What do you mean? This is how you learn, and this is how you will teach other people to learn. Let them know they can ask to be shown. So, panic. Let's connect your head to your heart and allow the wisdom that lies within your heart to become your truth and that which helps you walk your path. Breathe. Don't be frightened. What you at first don't understand is there is not a wrong or a right. It's always the right words. It may not always look right by people's response or your response, but there's always the lesson. It's not that there's ever going to not be lessons. There will always be lessons. And you want them to come so that you can become clear, much clearer. So I encourage you all to hibernate within yourself and discover. And if you are not ready, it's fine, because that means you're just clearing more. You're just preparing more. But for all three of you, I say, the day will come soon. Many blessings, Annie, Barbara, and Camille. And to you too, Lauren. And here's Marvy. I'm just looking at people's comments to see what I want to respond. I don't know what you mean, Lauren, by the Death Star keeps twirling around. And Christina, I know it's not your turn yet, but I'll tell you when I thought of you this morning also. Thank you, Lauren. So let me go back to Marby. And I know I always say it, but my heart smiles from that half-hour moment or whatever it was that I spent getting to know you. And I wonder if you contemplated, what is it that you believe when it comes to Mother and Father that you know something about? It would be very interesting to know. Mother wants to know if you felt her heart yet enough to understand her love lies within you. And that's that peace and happiness that you find. And it's not to say you don't have troubles or different things like that, but there's always that safe place that exists for you. And I don't know if you're aware how special that is. And today she's wanting me to remind you and ask, are you aware that that's a special place that you've discovered? And when you're ready, can have it be a great aspect of the movement forward of who you are. So let me see where I go here to see if you respond. Okay. Not yet. And it says I made perfect sense to her. All right. So, Marby, here's what Mother wants you to do. She wants you to get quiet in time when you can and go within your heart and feel that love that makes you smile and write about it. You can get to have a book where you can write with your eyes closed or hear it first, then write it. She's wanting you to begin to get used to bringing it through and letting your hand write, making it valid for you. Something is happening there that is more than you're just coming here and I'm doing well. You are all growing while we are here together. That's who I am. I'm a teacher. So sometimes it may seem kind of off base, but it's still making a difference inside of you. So my suggestion through Mother Barbie is that you begin to sit, go into your heart, let your face smile, and see if you can begin to give it words. What is the feelings? Give the feelings words. What's that going to do for people to begin to know that happiness, that level of embrace, of love is existent in the world? You know how many people don't even know it's out there? So do that for us, please, myself and Mother, and let's see what you discover. Because I'll be here next Tuesday. I bet you will be too. Okay? So, Christina, I was watching about the master ships this morning and they went to Albania. I'm like, well, that's where Christina lives. And I just couldn't stop thinking about the beautiful clarity of that water, wondering if you ever go and swim or whatever you may call it there, because what an opportunity to have clarity, in any ocean that's dipping under completely with your head 3 times, and a new you will emerge. So I got very excited thinking about you and that it's right outside perhaps your doorway or near to you, that you can be in life-changing. And I know you worked hard through your life to have that become a part of that which you desire to be. So if you haven't made use of the beautiful clear water where you live, you might want to contemplate it. And if you have reasons why you haven't, you might want to contemplate those too, that maybe there's something to it all and about what you're meant to do and why you're here. So, the water, that's your message today, Christina. Sit with it and ask it to show you, what does you and the water have to do? Or what about it do you have to recognize? What about it has to take you into a deeper place inside yourself to discover maybe a missing piece you've forgotten? So, many blessings, Christina. Okay, Barbie, thank you very much. We all need blessings. And again, Lauren, thank you also. So here's Cavell. Funny enough, I dreamt about my father this morning, who passed away about 30 years ago. But he was alive and glad to see me. What a wonderful gift to allow yourself to be able to see and be at peace with it. I've lost both my parents a month apart. My dad swore he'd never leave my mother, and he died a month after her. My mom comes all the time. It's not that I see her vivid like I see herself, but her energy. She walks around, takes a sit, and if I fall asleep, I'll wake up wondering where she went. So there's a healthiness, I believe, to us owning our parents are close. And there's a reason we chose them. It's a reason that we're partly like them. And perhaps you don't really know what the whole message is, but maybe sit time and think about it, ask your higher self about it. Yeah, Your higher self is such a gift for all of you. I don't know if you really give it the power it is, especially if you're going to do the work. You need to have that connection with your higher self. Absolutely no doubt. Okay? So, my heart doesn't want to come away from this yet, Cavell, so let me see what else Mother's going to say. Okay, so Mother's sitting on that word funny. She wants to say you have to begin to think it's not a funny thing, it's a purposeful thing. And you want to figure out, well, what is it? Why is he coming now? Is it that right now you need love and courage and faith to move forward? Then thank you very much. But that's for you to discover. Thank you, Cavell. All right, MKZ. Let me be right back, see if some of these messages are coming from people I talk to. I'll explore my gifts from a broader perspective. I share my gifts with family and friends who ask for my input, but most of my work is focused on the planet. Yes. So let's think about that for a minute, Miss Barbara Ward. The planet right now needs the people to become peaceful. We all have our own perceptions. That happens to be mine. Maybe it isn't yours. But if there's a reason for you that people are an issue, maybe you need to unravel that. Because where does the planet live? I've told you now a number of times. The planet is within our heart. So it's in your heart. It's in my heart. It's in Lauren's heart, Cabell's heart. We all are carrying the planet within us. And maybe that'll help you see it a little differently. Okay, thank you. And Annex made perfect sense to her. Was it on my channel you got a wand? Well, it's never just one thing. Who we become is multidimensional. That's the way to say it. There's so many things that I do and have gifts of, and I do them all well. You may see one piece of that. So you may move from that one piece now, as I'm getting much instruction and a lot of chills all over me. You're not just a one piece thing. You need to open up and really see that during that time, what else has shown itself to you to have you be very powerful? And where is it that your feet want to walk to? So, making a promise, yes, is a powerful thing. But remember, promising to send peace to the planet is promising to discover peace inside your heart. So you can expand what that focus is. I hope you can hear me. Very good, Marty. And you do it and let me know. All right, MKZ, here I come. Mother's being very personable today. And that's a thing. I discovered that by meeting someone who held Mother, like how I hold Mother now. And I was shocked how she became personable. Not from personality. It's almost how you become not personal with people is really how we have to be and not allow our personality to interfere with what's really meant to be conveyed or received or whatever. So I'm totally lost where I was. I went to such a big space, can't remember where I was. So I read something from someone. Yeah. All right, MKZ. Yes, you may have a message today. Maybe it was something I was seeing for you. So we'll go to Mother, and she's walking. She has her hair all wrapped up in a white, I want to say it's higher than a quality of silk. She has a huge gem, like a diamond on the front, and a white gown that has a 2 or 3 foot trail behind her. And she's walking to find you. Yes. Let's just follow that. So I see her seeing you sitting on a bench, and she's taking your right hand. She wants you to know, and this is how she says it: loved one, I am here for you. You must discover what your heart desires. There's a you that is expansive about your inner world, where you hold your consciousness in the outer world. So she's saying you can find a deeper space inside of you than you allow yourself to let on. And in that will come wonderment. It'll become real and expansive and movable. Lots of things, because you're very, very intelligent. So take time. Take time to sit and get to know you. Ask for your higher self. Discover who that is. And let yourself be nurtured and guided in peace. Many blessings. I just heard a whistle somewhere. Whistles mean anything to you. Okay? Barbara again. Okay, she's going to get from a broader perspective. I think, Barbara, you have to get out of the little cocoon. And I think that's in itself its own issue. Not to say it's a horrible thing, but it's one of those blocks that come as you heal. Who we and what we feel within our heart about mother and father isn't meant to be held there and never revealed. And you may think maybe for you that's fine, and I'm not here to tell you differently, but just contemplate the option, okay? I'm going to do like my special placement always with mother and father. All right, so you do that. I was going to say, let me know what comes to you. Write it down. Because what you need to know when you're receiving information like that, it leaves right away. Because the truth doesn't have to hover over you to make you get it. It will come and it will go. So I have books of writing I did as I was working with different people. Write it down so you can go back, and what it does is build not only courage and confidence in you and in what you're doing. Okay. Well, hello, Nugs. Dreams 222. I don't know if I've seen you here. We all welcome you. I'm assuming you've been watching. You may please have a message. Okay. So let's see. Nugs. Dreams 222. Are you a teacher of light? I wonder. With that, I have chills as I see that 222. Do you want to respond to that before I'll read Barbara's, and you can get back to me if you're a teacher of light already. Yes, that was when we did angel messages. A courier brought the wand. Okay. Yes, and you just touched my heart and made tears come to my eyes. You're right. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Thank you for your help. I'm learning still. Well, see, here's my message to you. You know, I learned the entire 40 years I was on my path. And it didn't take me real long before I started doing a few little people. And over the years, then they showed me how to do work and how to do different. It grew where now I have my own thing. So I want all of you to understand it doesn't have to be a certain way. You need to surrender, let God show you. So let's see what your message is. Nugs, as you're here on the day that kind of everyone's moving forward, right? So the second statement you meant, I'm learning still. I'm still learning still. We can all say it. We're never, ever going to stop learning. Because once we get to one place, and then something unveils. And now I'm learning about different dimensions of the possibility of what you see and how you are. I want you to see if you can change or are willing to change that. That if you can move into your heart and feel mother and father, there's purpose there. It's purposeful. If nothing more, for you to become a being of light again, because that's why they're there. Because you are, and you've either forgotten or you're intending to become more. Okay? So I see a lot of books, and I want you to have a different thought when you go to read. People read and then they don't remember what they read. If you're reading a book about light, like DK's books, DK and I are for 40 years we've been there together, and it's amazing to me how now I can teach it and remember the words. But I want you to activate the part of you that's learning and have it become a part of your consciousness. Consciousness is that which is out around you in every cell. When I do that, I want you to read into that so that you're holding it. Anyone here listen to me? When you read something, it isn't just, oh, let me hurry and get through this. It's to let it become a part of you. And then you'll want to hurry and get the next one. And what are the two books they're doing and talking together? It's a fascinating thing. Fascinating thing. So, you're still learning? Good. But what are you learning? And what's it doing for you? And how's it putting you into the world? And what's it doing inside your heart? That's what you have to ask. Love from when 40 years ago was absolutely nothing to the love I know and feel now. Nothing. Yeah, I know everybody says, oh, I already love myself. Well, I said that for a lot of years too, until all of a sudden it was changing. And then it kept changing. So for all of you, there's always more love to figure out. I just saw Babaji's eyes looking at me. He's so alive. Because he is alive. And he's alive here for everyone. Okay? So, Doug's Dreams 222, ask me a question if you want. So let's see who's next here. Janae Brown. Hey. Hey back. Let me see what this is saying. Mother and Father does exist and here on earth. Yes, they're everywhere. You're right. Did you want a question? Or did you want a message? The basis here is if you want a message, you have to ask for one. And I guess I did that for her nugs without asking her. Oh, she did say she wanted a message. So, yes. So if you want a message, I'll give you one, but you have to request it. Did you have a specific question, Janae? I'm more than willing to ask it. Well, we're having quite a profound day here, don't you think, Cavell, when it was just you and me in the beginning? You're at a stage where you're facing your karma? Yeah. Okay. We all got to get rid of it, you know. And then you wonder how much more can there be? And I'm telling you, the truth is, there's always more. There's 144,000 pieces of us that more than likely have been stuck in karma. I myself have had 149,000 lives. So who's to say how long we've all been working on this? You see, so we're the same. We are of the one. Okay, let's see. Good. Everyone needs to read. If you could see, I have books all around me. But I also believe I can pretty much tell you what's in all those books. And that's what I was telling to someone. Read to own it. Have it become you. Have children. Okay, crossroads. You're around people who don't really understand you. Yeah. Well, so while you're there, uh, get yourself understanding you. And what happens is, as we grow, some people fall away, but new people come. Your light will begin to change and people will notice you. It's an interesting thing, and I lived it, so I can tell you it's true. Those that are meant to come into your life when you're ready. So you want to start telling yourself you're willing to understand yourself and take your time. You know, I'll do sessions. My healing is amazing now. Where I'm at, used to do all these different ways, which is what I teach. But thank you, Lord, I don't have to do it that way anymore. I speak as you're feeling it. It happens. It's very easy for me. So there's some people on here who work with me all the time that would tell you it's a very powerful thing when healings happen. Oh yes, please hit the thumbs up. That's what Marky's saying. It helps the channel. Okay. So I don't want you to see how you can get off subject and go and worry about that. I want you to be in your heart with you and mother and father. First, let that be the reunion. And see how, like we do it every time in the beginning of our meeting, we go in the heart and feel mother and father. May not happen right away, but the more you do it, the more. And I want you to start writing. I think writing today is another message. I mean, I have so many tablets, but I can go back and remember things because I not only experienced it, I wrote it. And did you all know how to get rid of anger? The easiest is to write about it. I'm angry. I'm angry. I don't know why. Da, 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 da. And it begins to clear it. The first place I worked, kind of, I would go in and something would happen and I'd just pull out my book and they'd go, what? I said, I'm just writing. I'm writing. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. Because that's not who I wanted to be. So 5-10 minutes, I'd be back to normal again. These are all things that you can do. So let's see here. I have multiple personalities. I think live every day. I understand from lots of angels, which slows down my choices or decisions. I hear you. What I want to say to you is, do you seek help or do you work with someone? Because I would need to feel your energy more to be able to be the one that could take that to that next level. But I'm very interested in helping everybody always. All right? And maybe the goal would be to help you understand you. You know, I work with inner children. We all have, every time we've been upset or disturbed, part of us breaks off into a little child. Do I think there are multiple personalities? No, they're inner children. So I would have to speak with you one-on-one to talk about that, to see what you're experiencing. Could be little children. Some people have thousands. But what it does is when we do that healing, people change. Like I said, there's a lot I do. I had one lady came years ago and she couldn't talk, had never talked, and she was writing to me. I did just a couple things and opened her throat chakra and she had a voice. She was shocked. And so far as I know, I've never heard back from her. She's speaking yet today. So you just never know what makes that thing change in you. So I've been talking a long time. So does everyone feel complete for today? Gentle reminder to all of us. Oh, she's saying please donate to this channel. You certainly can donate if you want. I appreciate it. I have someone working with me now to try to make my site more seeable, or because I know I have to reach people to help them. And so I'm glad that all of you come and hear me. And I put all these people behind me so they would be doing their part also. Lady Tara, Baba G. The I Am Presence on this side. They're all here. And they're all people who can be around you also. So thank you so much for coming. I will be back tomorrow. I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 11. And tomorrow I'm probably going to do some channelings. Or I don't know. We'll see what the talk's going to be about. You got to know, I never decide. Me, the human. It's me, the spirit, that does. So I was asked, why can't you write down? I go, well, I don't know today. When I teach the master class for a group of women who worked with me for years, I never know. I get up at 5:30 and I write it down. That's when it comes. So many blessings to all of you. Apparently, yes, there was a chord that I had no clue was coming that came out for everyone today. And I'm just so excited because I know everyone's changing. And there's one thing you can always guarantee yourself. If someone's going to be around you, they're going to change because that's what the light does. They don't want to change, like how some of the people, some of you may know, they're not the ones to have around you because they don't want to change. And just not yet. All right, Cadell, thank you for the inspiring messages. Yeah. Think of my husband, he lives with it. The thing is, he's kind of like it. We had our 30th anniversary yesterday, and we sat and looked at each other like, back to all the things and all the places we've been. Like when we were in Thailand, we were like 20 miles down in caves and letting people guide us through these little holes. And we go, we'd never do it now. Never. And every hole we crawled through was a change in our dimensional experience. I have shudder now. We just like, it's been a real trip. And I guess it's not really over, but yeah, it's an exciting experience of life when you begin to really feel mother and father inside your heart and discover the truth of who you are. And that excites me for all of you. So, see you tomorrow. Have sweet dreams. Call in your I Am Presence before you go to sleep. Tell her you would love to let her hold you while you sleep. Many blessings.